So I'll just.
Yeah. What is that?
Oh, you talking to me?
Oh, you mean this? Are you talking about my kill cliff?
Oh, are you talking about my Kill Cliff from the Navy SEAL Foundation for 25 milligrams of caffeine, clean caffeine, and ingredients that don't suck? Well, it's Kill Cliff. That's what I'm drinking. Does that answer your question?
That does. Thank you for that thorough explanation.
Yeah, of course. Anything. You should buy some with my code. TCP.
That brings us to today's sponsor, Kill Cliff.
Kill Cliff. Way over the top.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Well, we got some exciting stuff ahead today. We might even have an ad read.
Oh, that's not Kill Cliff.
That's right. It's an actual ad read.
Wow.
Oh, yes. So, yeah. Well, welcome back to the TCP number 8, episode number 8.
Number 8.
Does the TCP ever make you think of like is it the CCP?
Yes, that's why we named it that.
Yeah.
We're big China fans over
Big
here.
Communist Party over here.
Huge communist fans.
The Town Communist Party.
Yeah, I just really envy China during COVID. Woo, good way to
Dude.
start this off.
Oh my gosh.
Not from the COVID part being released and all that, more like the lockdown side of things. But
Do you want to maybe differentiate those two a little more? I don't even know what you're talking about.
not a fan of like COVID because it came from China. That's not what I was saying, but it was like everything about that was sarcastic. But you know how like during lockdowns they weren't allowed to leave their house or they'd like get shot or put in jail.
Yeah. And I was talking to somebody recently who works in DC, and they had posted on their story about this like new clothing line. I think it was in China, and it's a clothing line that basically you can wear this type of material. Looks like regular clothes, but it blocks the cameras from facial recognition that are in that.
Oh, yo, I've seen this.
Crazy, yeah.
Wild.
And
actually.
I was asking this person. I was like, what do you think about, like, how quickly do you think this is going to be necessary in the U.S. or whatever? And she's like,
sooner
than you think, unfortunately.
Yep.
So 1984, it's coming quick.
That's right.
All right, so this is just it's the sequel to last week's episode.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah.
Who you supposed to be? I'm just working, man. What happened? You're not tough anymore since your loss? What happened since your loss? Yo, we gonna bust him up, guys? I told you before, put that. Yo, let's bust him up. Where you running, Jake? Where you going since your fight? Since you lost? What's up, Jake? Where you going, Jake? Oh, he's running! He's running! Look at him! Jake Paul running, champ. Why is he running? I think because of last time. It's all right.
This man, Jake Paul, needs to leave boxing and join track. That's something he has a future.
What? So, I don't know. The dude behind the camera was kind of a clown, to be honest.
Yeah, he was.
Yo, Jake, why you running, man? Is it because you lost? Or like,
Should we get him?
yeah,
Should we get him?
Like Floyd,
who's we?
Yeah, like you're not Floyd Mayweather, dude.
Yeah.
And also, I don't even think Floyd wants to have a street fight.
Yeah.
Like the dude's a billionaire.
I saw another angle of that, and it was like a dude like tried to grab him at one point. That's when
Who,
he took
Jake?
off running. Yeah.
Oh.
There was this dude that like lunged for him, and then he just took off.
Like,
Dude,
it's not even. And all the headlines are saying he ran from Floyd Mayweather. It's like, no, it was just his boys. Like,
yeah. Also, there were like 20 dudes there, apparently.
Yeah.
Like, Floyd had like a whole.
His security.
Yeah, like a whole crowd of people. It's like, what is he gonna do? Stand there and get like.
Yeah, like
Attacked by a
mob
mob?
by 20 guys. Like,
Yeah.
It's a stupid video. It's like,
Yeah.
he's so soft. He lost.
He
the last
ran.
fight.
Yeah,
It's like no, like
yeah.
okay, cool. He didn't want to have a street fight. That's first of all, there's no pay-per-view for the street fight.
Yeah.
He's not making
Right.
money off of that.
He's not making money off a street fight.
Two, there's going to be
Hollywood
no rules.
Fix Hollywood Fix isn't giving him a cut of the video they filmed.
Yeah, so I just want to say to anybody, because this video just was out today. It just happened like yesterday. I just don't think I don't think you can say someone's soft because they ran from a street fight when they're a professional boxer, and they're a professional, not a street fighter. It doesn't mean he's soft. I don't know. So anyway, I think it's kind of, I don't know. The guy behind the camera was a clown.
Yeah. Shit, guys, should we get him?
What is this, middle school?
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Hey, let's go pull his pants down. Let's get him.
Let's give him a swirly in the bathroom.
Oh, dude, speaking of paparazzi type videos, I'm gonna send you this. You should pull this up. Did you see the Hollywood Fix guy talking to Hailey Bieber?
No. Oh, we definitely need to pull this up.
It's so good.
There you go.
Hailey, are you worried about Selena? That Justin might get back with Selena and things will be over for Jailey?
You're so lame, bro. Like, you know, all that information is so lame. It's actually crazy.
Careful,
Oh.
Let's go.
Are you afraid Justin's gonna get back together with Selena? And things will be over for Jailey?
Bro.
Oh
Bro, we're
gosh.
28.
He's like a grown man asking a married woman if. Oh my gosh, dude! I died when I saw that.
Yeah, him and the camera dude in the Jake Paul video would be best friends.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude! Like the most unhinged question ever.
Dude. That's so dumb.
And then her response, "That's so lame, bro."
Actually, not bad. Not a bad response. I'll give it to Hailey. Not bad.
Oh man, dude, that is quality.
So I put that on our story today. I don't know if you saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. But did you hear about this story though? What's happening? But when did you hear about it? I only heard about it yesterday.
Like a week ago is when stuff started coming out.
I was late to the game, but
yeah, I don't even know what triggered it because it was like Selena announced she was leaving Instagram. She's gonna take a break and whatever, and then I don't know how the Hailey stuff got involved. I guess she copied her in like videos before or something.
Yeah. So what I heard is the gist I kind of got was apparently that Hailey's almost pretty much emulated Selena Gomez almost identically throughout the years to basically get to the point where she could have Justin Bieber. So like for instance, apparently Selena Gomez got a tattoo at one point of like, I think it was not a heart, or like a J on the back of her ear or something. Or not a J. I forget what it was. It was some tattoo very specific on the back of her ear. Hailey Bieber got the exact same thing on the back of her ear, I think, and then Selena got one on her finger. She got the same thing on her finger, something like that. So people are first saying it's like maybe it's just coincidence, but now people are saying no, it was intentional. And she started like saying a lot of the same verbiage as Selena Gomez on like social media, like essentially just copying her to the point of getting Justin Bieber. And so people are now saying she just played Justin Bieber into thinking he was in love with her when he's actually not.
Yeah. And then people started pulling all of like there's all these like references. So Justin has the song Ghost. Selena also has a song called Ghost of You. And that's like the lyrics in Justin's song. And so people started like dissecting all these things. And they're like, is he just really talking about Selena the entire time? So.
Oof.
Dang, things might be over for Jailey.
That's the real concern here. Are things over for Jailey? Yeah. Is he going to be another Jailene or Jelena? What was it? What was
Jelena,
it
yeah. Yeah.
They went by something. I forget.
I don't know. Can't say I paid attention to that closely, but
yeah, that whole drama went on since when we were in high school.
Yeah, literally since we were in high school.
That's crazy, dude. It's still happening. It's been a decade. I don't know a whole lot about that whole situation, but I know as much as I really care to know, I guess. I think Justin Bieber's a good
same.
dude. So, at the end of the day, I think I'll have his back. That's just what I'll say. I'm not taking a Hailey or Selena.
Yeah, I'm taking Justin's side on this.
Yeah, definitely.
He should marry both of them.
There you go. He just goes full Mormon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kylie Jenner is also involved in the whole thing too. It's apparently like Kylie and Hailey, I think, versus Selena.
Well, it's like all
know.
of the, I guess Hailey and
Hailey has
Kylie and
yeah,
Kendall.
Kendall. That's it. Yeah.
They're friends, and they like are like the mean girls, so to speak. I don't know.
Oh, are they?
I've seen so many random TikTok clips where it's like, look at them, and it's like Hailey and Kendall at a basketball game, like frowning at the female dancers, and then there's like Selena like clapping for them, and they're like, see, they hate the other women, and Selena doesn't. It's like, this might be a little bit of a reach, but
Oh man, yeah, I need to get more involved in Hollywood drama.
yeah, that's what this podcast is going to be. We'll just become like
the
TMZ.
TMZ. Yeah. Yeah, we'll become the new TMZ. We're the TCP.
We'll start paying paparazzi to get us exclusive footage so we can share it on the podcast.
Yeah, so we're just like the indirect TMZ.
Yeah.
Like the third, we're the mediator between TMZ and their audience. We're just like the sales guy, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for that.
Oh, okay, good.
As long as we can quit our jobs and do that.
That's
all
right.
we're doing. That's all we're after.
We're trying to do
money and fame.
Yeah, so please subscribe to our Patreon, even though there is no content there. Just give us some money, and we promise we'll put something up there eventually. So,
yeah,
you know,
the platform we're using to film this is about to cut us off, so we desperately need some funds here.
Nah, don't tell them we have a platform. Just tell them we built it from the ground up.
I coded
developed
it. I coded it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
This is actually what Polar is. Polar is just a new podcast platform.
Podcast.
A podcast.
Yeah. All right, guys, we want to take a quick break and thank our sponsors of today's episode, Moxo. Communication, it's the bedrock of any trusting relationship. Even the simple task of ordering a pizza requires transparency and consistent notifications to maintain a healthy client relationship. If the average consumer expects effective communication with something as menial as ordering a pizza, just imagine how much more they appreciate an effective platform for maintaining communication on their larger investments. You see, communication services and platforms, when done poorly, actually work against you. You can't expect to be seen as professional while simultaneously using basic communication methods like text and emails, or trying to use a third-party service that isn't straightforward or user-friendly. What you need is a client portal, a place where your clients can safely sign into a dashboard and see an overview of their projects and goals, while also seamlessly collaborating with you or your team. Your clients need to know at any given moment where their pizza is within the process. In 2020, my video marketing company actually started utilizing this service called Moxo, and it really just transformed our business. It gave our team and clients seamless collaboration on desktop and mobile. Yeah, that's right. We even have our own white labeled mobile app. It's awesome. We use that throughout every project that we go on. And yeah, Moxo provides all the tools we need to get our clients' projects to the finish line through customizable workflows, file editing, signatures, direct messaging, and video conferencing all in one place. So no longer are we spending our time sorting through countless client emails, sending Zoom links, dealing with green text group chats, sorry Android users, and constantly reminding our clients where their project stands. Instead, Moxo gives us the capability to set up our projects in a way that provides clear direction, minimizing the need for extra verbal communication. So if you're ready to be perceived as the professional that you are and elevate your brand, it's time to set up your very own client portal with Moxo. So just hit the link below and schedule a demo today.
Cool. Shout out Moxo. Would just also like to say, if no one needs some kind of stupid portal or anything like that, head on over to courier.com and you can set up your notifications for your customers using Courier without any extra fluff.
Should we do like an ad battle?
Yeah, I heard Moxo sucks, actually.
Get him with the Courier. It's like Street Fighter or whatever. No, what's it called? The Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, yeah.
And he
Courier hit
pulls
them
out
with
a tech company.
Courier hit them with an API. It's extremely effective.
Hit them with white label app.
White label app. Oh man. Well, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Moxo.
Yeah. No, but seriously, yeah, my company uses it every day. It's awesome. If you need just a literally that, I mean, yeah, I've had the idea for I was like, I love Domino's Pizza and their pizza tracker. And I was like, 'cause they were like the first to do it before Papa John's or anybody else. They were the first to make pizza ordering like really awesome mobile. And so I was like, dang, I really wish I could just take like what they have and apply that to like bigger things like video production, and just have it be driven by an app. And then Moxo, I found Moxo, and they already had like the template and everything. So
my only gripe with the pizza tracker from Domino's is it doesn't update in real time. You have to refresh the page every time.
Oh, should we should we hit them up for that?
Yeah, we should. They just gotta use a WebSocket, so have their engineers hit me up.
Oh, you mean you want to take over?
Yeah, I'll fix it for you.
Just trying to weasel your way in, become their
get a couple contract deals from Domino's. Dude, saw this on Twitter. We can talk about this. Henry Cavill, rumored as Captain Price for the upcoming Call of Duty film. So, two things out of that. One, had no idea Call of Duty was making a movie. This continues the trend of video games turning into film. We've talked about this like practically every episode now. But I don't know what they're going to do with Call of Duty as a movie. It's just going to be like a fairly cliche, like I don't know, action film, I guess. I'm sure there's good storyline there. So I'm curious if they like build off of the existing dialogue of Call of Duty.
Right.
Because obviously Captain Price is like the main guy.
Which one is that in though? I don't even.
He's been in like every single one. It's like every game. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I guess I mean I've heard it obviously. I didn't realize it was every game. Oh, okay.
I think some of them have spun off and they've done. He might not be in every single game, but at least all the Modern Warfares he's for sure in. So Henry Cavill, I guess, is the guy.
I mean, that dude. I feel like anything that guy touches is gonna be magical.
It's true.
He is like the pinnacle, like man of Hollywood. Like if you need literally like Superman is supposed to be like the perfect man.
Yeah,
so he like literally plays that role perfectly. I mean, you just look at this dude. It's like, come on, man. Like,
dude is made in a lab.
Holy, like, just I don't know. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
get too excited about him.
Describe his body in explicit detail. Go
ahead. Yeah. So cut that one.
Yeah. Anyway, so curious. I knew nothing about that until I saw him get casted as that. So maybe whatever film studio was making that's probably needed some A-list to kind of, I don't know, give this a little more hype because clearly didn't know about it. So
yeah, okay. When did you read that?
Like 2 days ago.
Oh, I
don't know when the release date is. We can very easily Google that, but I'm sure it's coming out sometime either this year or towards the end of next year or towards the beginning of next year. Okay. I would guess. So, yeah.
Sweet. I did not hear about that. Is Hans Zimmer going to do the music?
He did Modern Warfare 2 for the game.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if
so he better do it. He better do it. If they add that, like, everyone knows, every guy under the age of 35, I think, can recognize the Modern Warfare 2 soundtrack from the game. And so I would be curious if they really want nostalgic tones out of this, they would throw some of the like bits and pieces of the score from like the menu music or stuff like that into the movie, and every dude would be like, oh, what's the Leo meme like when he points?
Oh yeah.
Every dude watching is like, oh.
That was a good whistle. Dang. Yeah. It was like right on the money. Oh what?
Yeah.
That's so good.
So it had to be everyone in the film like, oh.
Oh, I love that meme. So good.
Yeah.
That's him. That's Leo when he sees his girl just turned 26. Oh.
Leo when his girlfriend turns 26. Yeah, Leo when he sees a girl younger than 25.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Oh my gosh. Hey, I mean, Leo, you're doing it to yourself. I mean.
Yeah, I mean.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, he's brought that on himself. So.
Yeah, I mean, you could have just sealed the deal in your 20s, and you still would have had a 20-year-old, and never mind. That's not how that works. Never mind. Disregard. Brain fart. I was gonna say if he married someone in their 20s when he was in his 20s, then they'd still be in their 20s. That's not how that works. Cool. So we covered his 19-year-old girlfriend. Oh wait, did we? Is she actually 19?
Yeah. So that was all the memes. The worst one that I saw from that was she's so young, she's so young, her high school experience was interrupted by COVID. Like, she was literally in high school when COVID hit.
Oh, that's right, dude.
Rough.
Come on, man. Like, when we hear that, me and you, we're thinking that's young.
That's really young. That's like,
if a girl told me she was in high school during COVID, I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, like, I'm not going to talk. I'm not even
literally.
considering it. Like,
yeah.
dude.
Oh, we have nothing in common.
Yeah. Like, oh my gosh, dude. I can't imagine being late 40s and thinking that. But hey, Leo, I don't know what it's like to be, a superstar like yourself. So I just want to get it. I guess that's what it is. So a little update on, I already told you this, but like with, the Fly By Midnight and Nightly. So they both ended up really cool of them. I mean, they reposted my story or piano video. So cool of them. But I did a cover of a song for each of them, and all in 1 week. I was just, in that headspace, I guess, whatever you'd call that.
Sad boy.
And sad boy phase, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, anyway, so they reposted it, and they both, so Fly By Midnight captioned it on their story of my video and said, "Love this," and then Nightly captioned it on their story when I posted that video and said, "Love this," and then on my TikTok, Nightly commented on the video there, same one, "Love this." So, I don't know. Is it just is y'all's bands just run by the same, social media management person? I don't know, or company? Because you guys are both on their independent labels, and I'm saying this as I speak to them because they're listening, right? Yeah, I don't know.
I've also never seen Nightly and Fly By Midnight in the same room or play at the same show. So
that's also true, but they're kind of in that same genre.
no, I'm saying, like, has anyone confirmed they're not the same band?
Oh, I see. Well, I think I can confirm that now that I kind of have this personal connection with Fly By Midnight.
Yeah,
So,
personal connection.
they're actually real now to me. Yeah. Until I meet like the band in person or meet a person that knows them, then you're not real. You're just
Maybe they're just
thinking of my imagination.
Maybe
AI music.
Maybe Nightly is the band and Fly By Midnight is the subset of Nightly with just AI fronts.
What?
Never think about that?
That's a lot.
So
Wait, I'm trying to track that.
Nightly is the band.
Okay.
Fly By Midnight is their pet project, just with two members of Nightly with AI fronts for all their videos. And all the music they just create in the background, and then there's just two personas that they have.
Okay.
So
I see.
Same band, same people. It's just it's like a way for them to have like a hobby band on the side.
So are all their music videos just AI, most of them?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's impressive. So AI is actually probably further ahead than we thought.
That's right.
Ah, okay. Well, there you go. Anybody who thought we were not as far ahead as we are with AI or ChatGPT, we're actually much farther ahead, because I thought these were real people, but
Yeah,
now
turns out they're not.
Turns out, because we have a credible source here, they're not. So
That's right.
If you guys were a fan of those bands, you can stop, I guess.
And if we have them on the podcast, they'll just use that AI stuff, like we talked about in previous episodes, to make themselves like appear real, and then just be somebody else talking in the background.
Their little musician AI little
Puppets,
heroes.
little AI puppets.
Little AI superheroes, little AI superpowers.
Little teeny little back end tech developer.
Yeah.
We should just do a whole segment on. Oh, sorry, didn't realize you were watching my podcast. That's crazy.
What?
No
don't,
way, you
don't watch
listen-
my podcast. You're so sexy.
Don't watch my podcast. You're so hot. Don't watch my podcast. You're so freaking hot.
No, don't like and subscribe. You're so hot. You're so sexy. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
okay.
good. Don't watch my podcast. You're so sexy. Oh.
So, yeah, there's... I mean, I could. Oh, that's interesting because I kind of wondered, what do you think? Do you think that most office buildings have audio built into their inside cameras? Probably not. And if they do, it's
I don't
probably
think
good.
so. They've got microphones in the podcast studio.
Imagine that, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy. Or in the bathroom, even then.
In the bathroom. A lot of
Frick,
noise
yeah.
coming from that one, I tell you that much.
Yeah. Imagine they just start placing little mics like this all over the building.
Yeah.
I was like, what the frick?
Crystal clear audio is just set up on a table.
Yeah. I'm like in one of the phone booths where you're supposed to be like quiet and by yourself, and it's like
Giant
what the fuck is that doing
microphone. Interesting.
here? Someone's in like the back office just watching
Yeah.
intently, like
Got his headphones
say?
and switching microphones.
yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they pop this up on like the weekends, like when they, or maybe like they go home on a Wednesday night, just pop it up instead of Netflix, just pop up the cameras
Yeah,
at the
just
office,
throw the security camera footage up.
see
Give
what's
it a
good.
listen.
Yeah.
Nice.
Today is Pasta's birthday. Actually, we could give a little shout out to that because we have a lot of listeners who know Pasta.
Yo, happy birthday, Pasta.
Should we sing happy birthday like what's her name did back in the day?
Marilyn
JFK?
Monroe to JFK. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Mr.
Hey.
Pasta.
Happy birthday, Mr. Pasta.
Happy birthday. We should just bring him on.
Yeah, I know. I did send him the link. Did you see that?
No.
In coffee time, I just dropped it in there. He
nice.
doesn't know what it is. Oh man, what's it like to be 30? Dang. Should we
I don't know.
interview him? And...
We're doing a thing up in the mountains next weekend for his birthday.
Oh no way.
It's like I don't even know who's going right now. It's like a handful of us. It's like a bunch of couples and then me, per usual, just hanging out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Maybe you can...
Hopefully like couples will get in fights and I'll just be able to like sit back and just with my legs crossed and just watch.
Like, yep, this is why
Wow,
I'm
this
single.
is crazy.
Yeah, this is why I stay single.
And this is why I'm not married, precisely.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need any woman. Would never. Why would I ever want that?
I would never want this to become my life. Why would I ever want this?
Yeah, exactly. By the way, I speaking of movies, not that we were talking about that, I did see Creed. Creed 3. Did you ever watch Creed?
Nope.
It's a good series. I think Creed is a great series.
That's what I hear.
It's basically like Rocky, modern day Rocky, and so they can do a little more with the cinematography, and it is really cool and cool to watch. But Michael B. Jordan went full on beast mode for Creed 3. The little dude literally directed and produced and starred.
It's like Jason Bateman in Ozark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like Jimmy Tatro and Real Bros.
Yeah.
But yeah, him and Sylvester Stallone actually produced it together, and I think they wrote it together. So this is the first one Sylvester Stallone was not in. So anyway, I thought it was great. I don't know.
I heard it got. I mean, it got good reviews from what I could tell.
It did.
Everyone that saw it said it was sick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was, and the I guess, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a good story. But I mean, it's not probably something I'll rewatch. Maybe I think one is good enough. Still a good movie. There's movies you can watch one time and they're awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's probably one of those movies. Cinematography though was probably the best boxing cinematography I've ever seen in a movie ever. So I think they definitely pushed the envelope a little bit. It was pretty cool. Like the final fight scene. They're literally fighting in Dodger Stadium, which is pretty cool.
Oh, sick! Yeah,
it's like in the middle of it. The dude he goes against, freaking massive. The guy's a freaking beast. as you would expect.
sure.
I guess.
Yeah.
But because I saw him in a few, I didn't realize he was a guy I've seen in a few other movies, and he's not jacked in those, so I just did not expect it. I didn't realize it was him. The dude got built, but anyway, so they have this whole part at the very end, towards the end, in the final scenes of the fight, when they I guess they obviously just green screened the whole thing, and they take the audience, like all the people in the stands suddenly like disappear, and it's just Michael B. Jordan and against the dude, and it's like you hear all the sound effects are like extra up front, and you can hear like the punches, the breathing, the everything. It's super cool, and like
wow.
the slow-mo, the sweat, and like going like all over, but like in the air, but like there's so many frames per second. It's really cool to watch. And then like, anyway, but
yeah, it's cool.
So if anybody was considering watching Creed 3, go see it. And if you haven't seen Creed and you did enjoy Rocky, Creed is actually somewhat of a reboot, spin-off, whatever, that I will say is a respectable one. I know I usually go to town on these people.
I was gonna say you dog on those usually.
I usually dog these things, but it is well done. I will say. But I think the reason why I don't dog Creed is because Sylvester Stallone backs it and writes it with Michael B. Jordan. So like
exactly.
You can't really I can't diss it.
It's not like it changed hands to some new director that's just after the series like legacy.
Yeah, exactly. And whoever owns the rights to Rocky, I don't think ever sold them. So, like, I think they just...
Yeah.
Was it Paramount? It might be Paramount. But... you actually think you know?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Well, we'll pretend maybe it's Paramount.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, so I'm not going to pretend that.
Yeah, I think it was Paramount, yeah.
Oh, no, actually, I think about it. It just came to me somehow.
It's actually Christopher Nolan, I think, that got the rights to it.
Christopher Nolan writes the Rocky.
Yeah, he gets Rocky.
I wonder if he'll ever do an athlete movie.
Yeah, that's cool. Movie. Like a one and done kind of film like that could never be something like, say, Inception or Interstellar. But hey, that's cool. Like a
we're not supposed to talk about that anymore. Our manager said.
Oh yeah, sorry, no. Yep, we're not. Our manager told us not to talk about this anymore.
Yeah,
so
it's no longer a good topic. People just don't enjoy it, dude. It's stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid. Yeah, quite frankly.
Time dilation, dude. Who cares? Like,
yeah, physics. Who the frick cares?
Dude, it's not even real, dude. You can't even see it.
Yeah, they didn't even film that thing in space. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout
our manager doesn't know shiz. All right.
Yeah, stupid. Yeah. Stupid manager. Yeah. One of
stupid freaking manager.
One of our listeners actually believed that when you were talking about how they filmed Interstellar near a black hole and in Martian on Mars, they actually believed that I believed you. So
because he did. He did believe me.
Because he did. Okay, if that's why we're playing it, fair enough.
Yeah, Cameron thought that Martian was filmed in Mars.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I sold it well. Maybe that's it.
Whatever that GIF is. Acting. It's like Professor X. Acting. You ever heard about the millennial pause? The millennial pause. So, I think this is a TikTok thing that originated. Of course it is. But it's like basically there's millennials tend, or so they claim. They claim millennials tend to start a video, and imagine I'm starting a video. And then they start talking. There's like a pause between when they click record and they almost verify that it's recording and then they talk. Whereas I guess Gen Z, they just like, and boom, and they just go like right into it. They don't wait for it. They just assume when they click it, it's recording and there's no delay. I don't know what that says, but
that's fascinating.
Yeah.
But I know exactly what you're talking about. I didn't know there was a terminology for it. But yeah, oh, absolutely. I know what that is, but because I've seen it so many times, and I mean, it's not even just millennial; it's beyond too. It's boomer. It's whatever the one is that I always forget my parents are, because they're not boomers.
Yeah. No idea.
What is that generation? Your parents are the same thing. I don't think they're boomers either. Gen X, right?
I don't think that's right.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know.
Whatever.
They don't have one.
They don't have one. I think
the irrelevant generation. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. Like even when like I don't know. Even when I'm thinking more of like when you end a video, people you often see instead of like the maybe somebody above the age of the Gen Z generation, they would probably, when they end the video, they would, I don't know. I'm weird because I guess Gen Z does this too. But whenever I end a video, I have to cut it myself
100%.
before posting it.
Cut out where you go and turn the thing off.
Yeah, I'm not okay. So that's pretty normal, right? Pretty much everybody are.
I mean, it is for me. I'm like,
it's normal for me.
I have a weird like OCD with that too, where of like also if I have a screen recording, I crop out the recording and like the menu bars and stuff out of my, like I just pull the content.
By the way, I do the same thing usually. The only reason I did not do it for the podcast, if you noticed, you'll see that bar sometimes show up on YouTube.
Yeah,
is because I wanted to make it look like in real time, like we're actually
aspect
doing
ratio.
this in real time.
Like we're actually
like in a studio doing this in real time, kind of.
Yeah, because we are, because it's all real time.
I mean, we actually are.
We don't cut anything out of this.
Yeah, we don't.
This podcast is all like authentic and real, and no censorship and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, what's interesting? I thought about this. Speaking of millennial pause, you and I are both right on the cut of millennial and Gen Z.
Mm-hmm. We had to decide essentially which one.
There are aspects of me that definitely fall millennial. There are a lot more aspects of me that fall Gen Z that I don't want to admit. And maybe it's because I don't want to be old. So,
dude, you just brought up a really good topic.
Yeah.
We could dig into that. Actually, that's really good.
Yep.
I think about this all the time.
Yep.
So you're millennial. Well, actually,
yeah.
Go ahead.
I am millennial. Yeah. So 95 is the cut. We're both 95.
Yep.
And that's where the cut is. But I feel like if you throw me in a room with a random 25 people, I guarantee you I will get along better with the Gen Z side of the room. And maybe that's just because
You're right. No, you're right.
I'm connected to culture and stuff. And
you're in tech, maybe.
I don't know if it's that, but it's like there's a very maybe it is that. Maybe it is the tech side of things, because I think there's a really big gap between like if you go maybe 3 or 4 years into the millennial generation, the tech gap and like the knowledge gap between tech starts to grow, where like I don't know if this makes sense, but I'll call
no,
people
it does.
out, right?
Are you saying the older you get, the more that knowledge gap of tech?
Yeah, but
increases?
it happens really closely in the millennial gap is what I'm saying. So we're both 27, right? So the millennial cutoff is around age 27 currently. You get like 31-year-olds, and I feel like I've met a bunch that like have no idea what they're doing with tech. And there's
they work in tech?
like no.
Oh.
Or I mean they could. Even if they do.
Okay, you just mean in general. I gotcha.
Just in general, where I'm like, you're not that much older than me. How do you not know this stuff? Maybe that's anecdotal. Maybe that's
just
just
UI. Can you give like an UI
example? Let me think of an actual example. Just like here's a dumb one, and this is a little more niche, so maybe it won't make sense. But like responding to an iMessage message. You know how to do that?
To respond to an iMessage message, yeah.
like to respond to a specific message, like thread one.
Reply?
Yeah, like reply to that.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
I could find someone who's 31. They're like, "Whoa, how'd you do that?" And it's like, how do you not know this?
That's actually kind of crazy. You're right.
You know, so it's like dumb stuff like that. And maybe this is a blanket code. Hey, if you're 31 and you know tech, leave us a comment. But I feel like I encounter more of those people where they're like, "Oh yeah, I just have no idea." And it's like, how do you not know this?
That's weird. So you know who's 31 and watches our podcast? Hunter. His name is Hunter, and he is G-Dog's, or he's J.M. Francis's GF's bruh-in-law. He's her
bruh-in-law.
He's her bruh-in-law.
Bruh-in-law. Does he know tech?
I actually have no idea, but what's up, Hunter? Just want to give you another shout out because I now know your name, and I now have an idea of kind of the vicinity that you actually live in. Which I'm not
knows where you live.
Don't worry. I won't dox you. I don't have the address. Don't worry. just the town. Oh, the town. He's in the town crier actually.
The town crier.
But yeah, shout out Hunter, dude. I saw G-Doug or G-Dog, as Jeremy calls her, to me. I saw her before I came to the studio tonight, and yeah, she let me know your name is actually Hunter. So, yeah, cool. Dude, we're going to continue to shout you out every episode.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being an hour into the podcast or whatever we are.
Yeah, I'm sure you're probably out in the yard mowing the grass right now, or maybe, chopping up firewood. I don't know. Probably just doing some Saturday stuff, having a chill day, I hope. And I hope we're on the stereo right now, or whatever device you're listening to
stereo.
us from.
Hopefully you're on your Walkman. Yeah.
Yeah, we got you in the Walkman. You burned a CD of you downloaded this and then burned he's trying to live all vintage.
Yeah. Hey, leave us a comment. Do you have TikTok? Do you know how to respond to iMessages?
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself a tech boomer?
Here we go. We need Hunter on the pod.
Let us know. Yeah, we'll bring you on.
Yeah. So I get to decide on a daily basis. You're right. Am I Gen Z or millennial in this situation? But I think you're right. I think I probably, when given the option, I probably do relate or connect better with Gen Z. Not all the time, but probably the majority. And you're right. The older you get, the bigger that gap becomes, or more prevalent. You can kind of see that gap more the older you get. Because when I was younger, I was like, no, I'm definitely not Gen Z. I would never relate with those clowns. Because that was when I was probably in late college. They were the ones in high school coming into college, or whatever. And I was like, yeah, of course I'm not Gen Z. And now I get older, and I'm like 27. I'm like, but am I millennial? I don't know if I want to be a millennial.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be 30. It's like,
because I'm also like,
shout out Pasta. He's 30. But...
Yeah. Because I mean, I think everything we do is probably more in line with Gen Z. I don't know that many millennials are wherever on Discord or
I
Twitch
think there's a big social media. It's a big social media era, and by social media, if you immediately thought Facebook, congratulations, you're a millennial. That's not what we're talking about. But the big social media era of TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Discord, all these other things. I think probably I'm curious what the percentage is, right? I wonder how many of those an average Gen Z person has.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take every social media outside of Facebook, because Facebook's a boomer social media now. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Let's just use those three. Okay. What percentage of an average Gen Z person has all three? What percentage of average makes no sense.
You said Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook?
And TikTok.
Oh, TikTok. Okay, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Okay.
How many random Gen Z people, if you pulled a random Gen Z person, how many of them, I can't speak. If you pulled a random Gen Z person, would they have all three? And if you pulled a random millennial, would they also have all three?
Gen Z would not have all three. Millennial actually might be more likely to have all three.
I think it's the opposite.
I don't know, because I don't think Gen Z is really on Twitter.
Interesting. Maybe I'm
not even on Twitter.
Maybe we look just millennial as crap just by saying that.
Oh, frick me. We just played ourselves.
Oh, Twitter. They're like, everyone's watching is like, who the frick uses Twitter?
Frick. We just played ourselves heavy.
I just say he was Gen Z and he uses Twitter. What an idiot.
I think we just pushed ourselves further into millennial.
Snapchat. That's what I'm missing is Snapchat. That's exactly what it is. That's the millennial side of me, I would say. So any Gen Z person, I could be speaking out of line, but they are all using Snapchat all the time.
Okay.
You go to pull any random Gen Z person, half of the time they're not even texting, they're using Snapchat.
That's facts. Yep.
Millennial, the only reason we use Snapchat is for memories and random one or two group snaps. Everything else is Instagram and text threads. That's where that's where we probably fall into the millennial side way more. But
I don't know. I think we're actually probably the way we utilize group chats more than texting, really.
Group Snapchats, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, we do that, and we do Facebook group chat. Well, let's not call it Facebook. We'll call it Messenger. Instagram.
I think we're in the minority for sure on that one.
For using
for Messenger.
Yeah,
I bet nobody uses that stuff.
You're right.
Yeah.
But I do think Messenger's pretty bomb. I think it's like the best
It is
one.
pretty good. It's way. I think it's way better than all of the other ones combined.
Which is why I don't even think they're really trying to associate as much with Facebook anymore. They're just saying Messenger.
yeah,
But whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, we've had that forever. I mean, that's one of the OGs of group messaging, which probably makes
Yeah.
us more millennial. But I know, or we're just our own generation. You know,
That's right. Yeah,
Maybe
Zillenial
every-
Zillenial is what it is.
when two generations converge at a year, which they always do, that year should be able to decide to be just pioneer their own gen.
Which we kind of can. It's like
Yeah, because we essentially are both. So it's like we kind of are. You know, we would say we're genlial.
Zillenial.
Just
Millennium?
Millennium?
Millennium.
What?
Millennium.
How'd you get there? What? Millennium's on the podcast? What? I'm having fun, I swear.
Oh, I'm having fun.
I swear.
I think. Well, it's interesting. That's why I talk about social media, because I feel like we, being more closely tied with social media and culture, understand all these references. Where, like, if I were to, let's use a name. I don't think you watched the podcast. Micah Armbrust. If I were to call up Micah and be like, "Yo, dude, you have W Riz." Like, what did you just say? Micah, do you? Yeah.
That's actually facts.
So it's like, it's these trendy lines that we, being like very heavily in social media, would like understand. But I could ask my brother, but he's never on social media, so that's a little bit different. But it's kind of the same. It's like a generational thing. I'd be like, do you know what W Riz means? He'd be like, no idea. And he just turned 30 as well, so it's like,
Yeah. I used NBD. Okay, so like NBD.
yeah.
I'm not kidding you. This one's a little concerning because not only did my older brother-in-law not know NBD and he's 31, but Jeremy, who's Gen Z clearly, didn't know NBD either.
What? How do you not know that?
And he actually said, he's like, yeah, nobody uses that. And I'm like,
I mean, that doesn't
not
surprise
true.
me.
That's
I'm
false.
sure that has kind of phased
well,
out.
Maybe but I know in Real Bros at Simi Valley they use it all the time. Like it's NBD. So I mean they're millennials, but
yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of a millennial show. So.
I don't know. I think we're just yeah. Is it yeah.
So anyways, we can just pick our generation. That's
yeah.
That's what we're getting out. I do think though those trendy lines, I think those just exist for a bit and then fade out. Just naturally. It probably just gets overused and then it's like no longer cool. I'm trying to think of one, like what's a line from 2 years ago that was like really popular and then just phased out? Because like the ones
hype.
I would say
Yo, that's hype.
That's hype.
People used to say that's hype all the time.
Yeah. I think
or like epic, so epic.
That's a good one. Like where it was like, oh, it's freaking epic.
Yeah, like that was epic is literally that dude's channel.
Yeah,
he started that channel in like 2012 though, so it makes sense. That was
epic fails was like
epic fails.
Fails.
Dude, if you said epic fail today, people would be like, "What the frick? Did you just come here in a time
Freaking
machine?"
nerd, yeah.
Holy, like I don't think I've heard anyone say that.
Yeah.
Epic
well,
fail.
That's also kind of like a chronically online, like, oh, that was an epic fail. Like, it's like
ooh, epic fail.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was definitely middle school, but
awkward. Another thing too, where it's like you would always
where
be
people
like,
would say things were awkward too much.
So awkward.
Yeah, that might have just been an adolescent thing though.
Yeah, maybe that was just like a younger thing, but.
But I just noticed a lot of guys, like maybe 40s, I guess I've noticed, who are kind of like, I must be a little weird to be in your 40s right now. I don't know.
Rip.
I don't want to speak. I don't want to speak for 40 people in their 40s. I have no idea. But because I've noticed like they're the generation that actually kind of did grow up with tech almost, but not as much as like millennial. Well, actually, people in their 40s are millennials. I don't even know where the cutoff is.
Cutoff's like in mid 80s, I think. So I don't know what that is.
Yeah. So
I think that probably is pretty close.
I just noticed a lot of them are saying. I've noticed a lot of them kind of adopt the same lingo as Gen Z a little, but they're always a little late to the game, obviously, as you expect. And so a lot of them I've noticed kind of started saying the pod, like in the last year, even though that became a thing probably in like 2019. I remember people started saying the pod. Specifically, the first podcast I ever genuinely started listening to, subscribing to, was Going Deep with Chad and JT. That was legitimately the first podcast I actually would listen to on a, like, instead of just like once every blue moon. I genuinely listened to that one, and they would always say, you know, they'd always have the Cali surfer dude kind of lingo. Intentionally, they would do it, and I'm sure they probably talk like that in real life, but not to that, maybe not as exaggerated. But they'd always be saying, like, you know, the pod and whatnot, and they were actually the first people I heard do it back then. And then I noticed all these other guys or other people, you know, older, started saying the pod. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, we got to stop saying that. Yeah.
And by the way, I have no reason for saying they shouldn't say it. I'm just saying I don't like it. Is that ageist?
They got to stop doing that. It's really casting a shadow.
Yeah, that's for us 27-year-olds.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's for people in their 20s to use.
Yeah. Then we'll be like 30. That's for us, like 31-year-olds, you know.
Oh, dude, don't remind me. Frick that. Yes. So, media suggestion of the week: any Christopher Nolan film. No, I'm kidding.
Facts.
Media suggestion of the week. Obviously, this is a slam dunk. One Thing at a Time. The Morgan Wallen album came out last Friday, so 6 days ago. I have quite literally listened to this probably anytime I open Spotify for the last week straight. It just has been playing constantly.
Nice.
Super good. I think it's awesome. I think 36 songs. I don't think there's a bad song in the album. I've probably listened to it probably 6 times now, like all the way through.
Did you really?
It's literally been on shuffle. Every time I get in the car, every time I go to work, it's just playing all the songs. So I've listened through it. I probably 5 or 6 times now.
Nice. I've not actually listened to the full thing yet.
I've got a top 5. We can throw it on the screen. This is my top 5.
Okay.
And
wait, we might have the same top 5 actually.
Have you listened through it?
No, 3/4, and it's a long one.
Okay.
So
do you actually have like a top 5?
I could do top 3.
What's your top 3?
I mean, it's just gonna be. I feel like, I haven't listened to it enough to really develop, like, to like the songs that weren't the hits, you know?
Yeah, I mean, hey, it is.
So it's like I'm just gonna sound basic, but like, yeah, I think I Wrote the Book is my favorite so far.
See, that's actually not on my list, so that's different.
Okay. Which I don't even think was a single, but
no, it wasn't.
So actually, yeah, okay. I Wrote the Book is so far my favorite one.
Okay, that's good.
It's about the Bible. You know, it's about the Bible.
Mine is 98 Braves. It's my number 1. Super good.
Nice. That was the first one I listened to on the album, actually.
Oh, nice.
Because someone was recommending it, that's why. But yeah.
Yeah. Number 2, Man Made a Bar. That one's great.
Yeah. That is good.
Number 3 is
in that one.
Eric Church is in that one. Number 3 is Whiskey Friends. Number 4, Last Drive Down Main. And number 5 is F-150-50.
I heard that one too. Okay, I've heard 4 of those, but I have not listened to them enough to like actually remember them. So I will do that.
Yeah, but anyways, take a listen. All 36 songs. Listen through all 36.
Yeah, so he has now the most streamed album of 2020, or not most streamed. What is it? What is it?
The most streamed debut album.
Right, dude, that's crazy.
Single day debut. Yeah.
I mean, should we? Maybe I'm not like surprised, but it is pretty cool to see like country music. Like, I know country music is massive, by the way. I'm not gonna I'm not trying to sound naive. Like, I know it's huge. I just don't know. I don't know. Are other country artists competing with like pop music for debut streams?
I don't know. I mean, he's probably the number 1 country artist.
Yeah, he's got to be.
In a long, like, to that level. I think even leading up to it, maybe it's because of my algorithm on TikTok, maybe not, but people were fired up about his album like weeks before it even came out. Like, I saw so much hype on social media, probably because that's similar content that I consume, so I'm sure that made its way to my page for sure, but I just saw so much hype leading up to it, and he definitely delivered, so
Dude, yeah. I wonder why. I wonder what his reasoning is for writing such long albums.
I don't know.
Or releasing so many tracks. Because like I know, like going into an album, you do create like way more tracks than you actually release for the album.
Yeah.
But he decides to keep 36 of them, or whatever it is.
Yeah,
I love that.
I don't know if we talked about this on the pod previously. Oh, the podcast previously. But call back to the pod.
Nice. That was good.
But there was a country artist, I forget who it was, but he was one of the more famous ones. I don't know. I don't think it was Chesney. I don't know if it was Eric Church. I don't know who it was, but they had produced like hundreds of songs, and rather than releasing all of them, they would cut it down and release 10. So they would write 30 songs for an album, release 10 or 12 of them, and it was like the best songs.
Who'd you say
so
this
there's
was?
that. I don't remember who it was. There's some other country artist that did that. But then there's like the Morgan Wallen approach where he's like, he released a double album for Dangerous, and then he released 36 songs on One Thing at a Time. And he's like, we'll just see. I wrote all these. We'll see which one takes off. And he kind of goes that route, which I like better because who knows what song pops off, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean,
You
don't. You truly don't. That I will say, there's very rare. I have heard. I read a lot of musician interviews and like what went into the song. There's very rare times where they actually knew it was going to be a hit.
Yeah.
And I will say, it was the one song was it came out last year. Was I think it was last year, was Jack Harlow. He said when they made the song with his most popular one, he literally said, yeah, when we were in the studio, we knew it was going to be a hit.
Yeah.
And it was massive. But Viva La Vida by Coldplay, they didn't have that on the album, and it was like the last minute they put it on the album. They didn't think it would be a hit. Crazy.
There's so many of those. There's so many instances of that. Calvin Harris with Slide. He shows like the behind the scenes of how he made that. Not built it.
We love that one.
Love that song.
we love that video specifically.
We love that BTS, yeah. But it was same thing. He like just quite literally threw a random song together, and it's like probably the best summer EDM like vibe song that there is. So
I haven't heard that song in a minute, actually.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that is it's a good track. But speaking of Morgan Wallen, we could get like super philosophical and deep if you want. I think his new album is. I'm kind of being facetious, but his new album is I would say it's definitely has some religious innuendos to it. Yeah,
innuendos.
Another good word.
Religious innuendos.
Religious innuendos, Christian innuendos, I guess, to be specific. Because he has there's just a lot of honesty I noticed in a lot of these tracks. Like there's one Jesus something it's called. There's one even I Wrote the Book. It's literally about how he is feeling like kind of he's like, yeah, I know what's the right thing to do. I know like I should be.
I just don't do it. Yeah.
I'm just not doing it. Yeah.
For country music in general, it's been.
That's true.
I mean, it's always heavily more skewed towards like religious undertones in general, but
which I usually take with a grain of salt.
Yeah, even more recently, it's like very common. It seems like to talk about Jesus and talk about like stuff like that. That's what it seems like. Maybe that's just
in the country music scene or music in general.
In the country music scene,
I would even say in music in general, but yeah. Yeah, like there's a difference between like country music that has Christian innuendos because they're just like that's just country music, and then there's like country music that has Christian innuendos, but you can tell there was like a purpose and intention behind it, rather than just saying Bible or just random buzzwords.
Being in church on Sunday.
Yeah, saw her in church on Sunday or whatever. I was like,
I also quite literally have never heard the phrase Christian innuendo, so that's a good one. We'll
I wonder if I have myself.
We'll add it to the vocab. Christian innuendo.
Christian innuendos.
Yeah, there's a big popular song right now. I think it's I don't know who sings it, but it's something about her being in church on Sunday and at the bars on.
Is it Sam?
Not Sam Hunt.
I saw you in church.
No, that's one of his. That's one of his older ones. But he has. There's one recently, or it's like, I'll find it. We'll play it.
Yeah, Sam
right
Smith's
here.
Yeah, Sam Smith's a pretty good country singer. I've always liked him. Ryan Mathis, shout out Ryan again for always sending the TCP content and always making sure the boys are covered. He's always sending us stuff in the DMs.
Yeah, he really is.
So he's a real one for sure. So he sent me the Mario trailer from Chris Pratt's Instagram today, and I don't know. It's very clearly not Mario, but it doesn't look horrible. And I don't
the visuals don't look too bad. Yeah,
exactly.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, the visuals, it does look pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like I know that's Mario on the screen. I'm just if I go see it, I'm just gonna go in and say, okay, just throw out the idea that these characters will come close to the video games. Forget about that and just watch it with an open mind. It doesn't look terrible, is what I'm saying. So, not that I said it looked terrible.
That's character growth right there. That's what that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. That's right. You guys want to see my involvement? Just watch last week's episode.
Yeah, that's right.
Or TikTok or Reel.
No, please watch the episode, please. No, please go watch the episode.
Please, you're so sexy.
Go watch that. Don't watch our podcast episode. You're so sexy. Go watch the Mario. Don't watch the Mario Kart segment or the Mario Party segment. You're so freaking hot.
Whoa! Don't watch our Jake Paul reel that blew up. No, you're so sexy. Please don't watch that. Well, Texas is trying to secede. I don't know if you saw that. Texas.
I did see this. Wild.
Crazy. Which is
they originally. TEXIT?
Yeah, they called it TEXIT.
Yeah.
So I guess the history of Texas, it used to be its own independent. Is that correct?
Honestly, I have no idea. History's not my strong suit.
Don't quote me then.
Yeah, I got no idea.
I believe anybody who lives in Texas, let us know. I mean, I know we can Google this easily, but who did I have no idea. Was Texas its own independent like nation state? I don't know. At one point,
beats me.
I'm pretty sure it was, and then it became a state. But so there's legislation to secede. From
Which
the
would
U.S.
Be crazy.
Yeah.
No really shot that happens, but that would be nuts.
If you think about it, though, I mean, I'm like, I get it. I mean, I understand Texas is obviously a very red state, but they also are known for like they do have some crazy laws there. I have heard like you can have like exotic animals there, like you can have your own exotic animals. I believe. I think like Joe Rogan has his own like zebra or something down there, or something. But he was talking about it. He's like, yeah, it's awesome.
Well, he's in Texas, so
he moved. He moved there back in 2020. But yeah, he was saying it's freaking awesome. But yeah, they have some crazy laws there. Like you get away with. That was the main reasoning for I think it was the GOP probably bringing up this legislation today was essentially because they said it's just we Texans always had these certain liberties and in recent years they've just been being taken by the federal government, and they have apparently they have like liberties that are probably go further than a lot of other red states is what I mean.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So don't quote me on any of this. I don't know what they are, but anyway, so they're saying they should secede because that's just not what Texas was built on, like a lot of liberty. So the federal government just isn't doing them any favors. So I don't know. That would be pretty crazy if Texas seceded.
That would be crazy. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Let us know if you have any suggestions. We would love to hear from you. And if not, we'll catch you on episode 9.
Yeah. So, fax us, mail us, P.O. Box, whatever you want to do, and we'll get back to you guys. So
fax.
Facts. So, yeah. All right. We'll see you on next week's episode number 9 of the Town Car Podcast.
All right. Peace.